Okay. Hi, I'm going to talk about how to do printing for sublimation using our Epson sublimation printer. If any of you printed here previously, we have changed up the process. So we are using a new printer. It's a little bit simpler to use. So you're going to start with the file that you want to print. I'm going to start out showing how to print from a application. So I'm actually using Publisher because of the software on this computer, this is the easiest one to size and make sure we're making as much use of our printable space as we can. Our sublimation printer only does standard size letter sheets of paper, so 8.5 by 11, and it's not going to print all the way edge to edge. There's going to be a small border around the edges. So just be aware of that when you're sizing your projects. So from Publisher, I'm just going to go up to File and Print, just as you would print from any kind of document. From there, we want to choose the Sublimation-Epson ET 2720 printer. So we added sublimation to the name of the printer to make it easier to find. Next, we want to go to printer properties. From here, again, tried to already preset your general settings for you. What you want to choose is one of these normal design ones down towards the bottom. Now, because my picture that I'm printing is landscaped and is currently not mirrored, I want to choose mirrored landscape. If I had already flipped my image so that all the text looked backwards, things like that, I could choose the not mirrored option. But because you can read my text, I want to make sure it's mirrored so that it'll heat transfer to my design appropriately. When I select one of these, it's going to change my paper type to the Epson matte. It's going to change quality to high. And it is, if we go under more options, mirror images is selected. But by choosing one of the presets and not messing with any of the other settings, this will work for you already. So from here, we're just going to click OK. And then I'm going to click Print. The printer itself, you're going to put the paper in the back feeding tray with the printable side facing up. So there's a little symbol on that back tray, and then it'll print out the front. So that's printing using application. Now, if I wanted to print using just a photograph, because my photograph is a full page graphic, I can pull up my graphic. Now, the printer settings are a little bit different in this, so we want to actually mirror this graphic before we can actually print it. So I'm going to go up to Edit My Image. Down here, this little flip image horizontally is going to mirror image my graphic. Once I have done that, tell it to save it. Click Save. I can then choose to print it under my More Options and Print, or Control P. Again, I'm going to choose the Sublimation Epson ET 2720. But I'm going to want to change my paper type and my output settings. So actually, click OK. On that previous screen, we wanted the more settings, so then I can choose the Epson matte and high. Then we're going to say OK. And you'll see my paper type here changed, but you're not seeing the quality that was under that more settings. Because it defaulted to landscape, because that's what I printed last, I'm going to go up here and switch it to portrait so that my whole picture fits in this on the page. And here you can see that white border I mentioned before. All right, and then I will click Print. And it's going to send it to my Epson printer. They're going to print out the front of the machine. It does take it a few minutes. Once your pages are printed, you want to make sure they're fully dry before you add them to your sublimation blank, whether it's a t-shirt, one of the metal sheets, a keychain, whatever. Just make sure the graphic is fully dry. If you look at it, an easy way to tell is if there's any kind of sheen to it, it's not dry yet. Once sublimation's fully printed and dries, it's very matte and the color is going to look a little more faded than your final project will. All right. Once you've done this part, then you're just going to need to do the heat press, and we've got another video for you on how to do that. Thank you.